Rob.
Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues in the Batman universe, and today we're taking a look at the DC Comics Multiverse Batman Arkham Knight Robin from Mattel, and the 3 3/4 inch line from Mattel. And again, we can go all day and explain and argue about why is Mattel doing what they're doing. I get it. It would have been really good to see Mattel do these in 6-inch action figure form. You figure just, what, 3 years ago probably, they were doing Arkham City action figures. So I remember picking up the Arkham City Robin and Joker 2-pack. So here we are for Arkham Knight, and now they're 3 3/4 inch size. I don't get it. Of course, you know me being a big Robin fan and a big Tim Drake fan, and a fan of the Arkham series of video games in general. This was going to be a definite must-have from my collection. Be it whatever you think about this particular line, there are some, decent little figures, and I'm kind of using decent in a loose way. We've already kind of seen some of them. But Robin is such a hard figure to find. I'm seeing some people online be able to get a hold of him relatively easy, some people say. But others of us are searching and searching and have had zero luck. If you saw the haul video from Ohio Comic-Con, I won't go through everything again, but I did obviously pick this up from the Ohio Comic-Con from a dealer there. Robin was price marked at $15, which these are $9.97 at Walmart. You should not be paying over $10 for these. But for me to have him, what did I pay for him? I paid $13. I got him to come down a little bit, and of course, he was saying, these are very hard to find, and my wife was kind of chiming in and saying, we find them at Walmart. And I was kind of like, we find others of the series at Walmart, but we're not finding Robin, because I believe Robin is only one per case. And if some of you have seen the Walmart end caps that have all of the Arkham series figures in it, Robin is not part of that set. He's more coming in the individual case assortments that way. So I've not seen him in the Walmart display sections at all, and I haven't seen anybody else pick him up that way either. So he is kind of hard to find. It's another one of those stupid things that Mattel does that I attended an action figure panel at Ohio Comic-Con, and we were talking about just how companies package things, and you have the chase figures and all that type of stuff. Yes, it makes it more collectible, but in this day and age, you are forcing people to pay scalping prices. And one of the ways to get past the scalping prices is to not buy them. Don't buy them when they're really expensive. Make those people that are on eBay just sit and sit and sit on the figure till they get to the point where they just want to start getting rid of it, because they're not going to get the 15, 20, 30 bucks that they're asking for until the figures come down to a normal price. That's my soapbox. I can't believe I stood on it that long, but I'll just get all ramped up. But I'm so eager to have this guy. Here's a look at the packaging. Now, this is the first official, I'm not sure if this is official Arkham Knight artwork or if this is Mattel's version of the Arkham Knight artwork, because we haven't really seen too much. There has been no official announcement from Rocksteady and the Arkham Knight video game that Tim Drake Robin is in the game, with the exception of the action figures. So they're not making action figures of a character that's not in the game. The Play Arts Kai is doing an Arkham Knight Robin. So it's like if they're doing it and Mattel's doing one, and we see the artwork here, we know that this is going to be Tim Drake's look in the Arkham Knight game. So that makes me very happy that Tim Drake is going to be in the Arkham Knight universe once again. So his costume has been updated. I want to talk a little bit about that, and I'll do that by way of the DC Collectibles figure from the Arkham City review, just so you can kind of see where the changes are in the costume. And you maybe already tell that already. There's the read-up for the Multiverse. I'm not going to read it again. I've read it once before, so you can go back in one of my latter videos and read that. Here's the information on Robin, real name Tim Drake. So some people were wondering, well, Robin looks a little different in this game. Could it be Damian? Could it be somebody else? But is in fact Tim Drake. His occupation, he's a vigilante. Weapon of choice, retractable bow staff. So I'm glad that that is back. The other figures in the set are the Scarecrow, Red Hood, which I've already reviewed, and I've already reviewed the Arkham Knight Batman. So what we'll do, we will get Robin out of package, and we will get a closer look at the Arkham Knight Robin from Mattel's DC Comics Multiverse. We'll be right back in just a second. Okay, what you're seeing here is a still image. Like a goober, I thought I hit record and I must have double hit the button. At any rate, I thought I was recording and didn't. But I did manage to snap this picture after I took Robin out of his package. From time to time, the members of the Rogue Show will send pictures back and forth of, hey, here's a new figure I picked up, or wow, look at the way they packaged this figure. And that's what this was, wow, look at the way they put Robin in the package. I didn't notice it at first, but once I got the clamshell part of the case opened up, you can clearly see that there's this piece of tape halfway up the back of Robin's cape going down to his foot. And for whatever reason, Mattel feels the need to do this from time to time. They'll put one of those little plastic little pins or those little clip things that it'll cause it to put a hole in the cape, or they'll tape it to the back of the card, or in this case, to Robin's foot. I don't know if they think that the cape's going to come flopping around inside the back of the package, and in case maybe there's some mint-on-card collectors out there, or it just doesn't look right, they'll tape it or they'll pin it in some way. Maybe it's a way to deter people from trying to steal it or whatever. But for those of us that want to take our figures out of package and kind of enjoy them, we have to clip pins or cut pins off or pull tape off of a figure. So putting a piece of tape on a cloth cape really annoys the crap out of me. Doing anything to the cape, I think, is just completely stupid. Now, the Batman figure that came out in this wave has none of that. The Michael Keaton figure from the Multiverse doesn't. The Total Heroes Batman and Superman, they didn't have anything with their cape, but the Power Attack line did. So, and those are all made by Mattel. So it's a complete pain in the butt when Mattel decides to do something like that. So, of course, I had to peel the tape off, and the parts of the cape came off with it. It wasn't a whole lot. It was more of kind of like the fuzz part of it. But you'll kind of see in one point in the video, I do point out where a little piece is kind of missing. The cape looks a little thin, not that it's, you know, a great piece of material to begin with. So it's just problem 173 that we have with Mattel. But again, I am very glad to have the figure, but it does make you enjoy the figure a little bit less when they do stupid things like this. So thanks, Mattel. But anyway, back to the review. Okay, I thought I had the camera rolling, and I've pulled the tape off of the figure, so I put that picture in there really quick so you could see. But I've got bits and pieces of the cape, and you can kind of see there's a little fleck there and some other, you know, pieces down here that are still, you know, attached. It's not horrible, but I don't understand, such a tiny figure, I've got to get him in the frame. I don't understand why they're taping cloth capes. I was really kind of hoping that Robin was going to have the same type of glossy like cape that Batman did. I've got Batman here right off the side, where it looks more leathery, and they just gave Robin a straight up fabric cape, I guess, which is fine. There's not much damage to the cape. There are little bits and pieces. I think you can kind of see, maybe hard to tell. It's really hard to see. There's little spots in here. I can't get good light in it at all. Like right in here, see this spot? A little bit came off. Not horrible, but I was really hoping it wasn't going to really rip and tear too bad. And then getting it through the slits, I was having to cut. I think I've got a jagged edge here somewhere, if I can find it. Somewhere around the neck. Now watch, I can't find it. But it did catch a little bit. But overall, it's fine. A couple little spots. I mean, granted, he's going to be standing like this on a shelf. I'm not going to see it. But this is one of those chase figures that you're trying to find. So I paid $13 at the comic book convention. I would have much rather paid $9.97 like I could at Walmart. But it is what it is. So here's a look at the figure. So I'm really happy. I'm going to have to put a little extra light in here to get inside the cowl. Or the hood. So I like the updated kind of armored-ish version of Robin's costume. than the previous Arkham City costume. I mean, it was okay. I liked it. But this feels very much more Tim Drake. And the like gray pants are gone. We have more of a black pants, like he should have, which would be more of the 1 year later. So they kind of did an amalgamation with a lot of the characters in the video game. So this does feel more like Robin. Not that the other one didn't, but I think you know what I mean. Just by way that the suit has these extra lines here where it looks more that he's wearing a costume rather than a t-shirt, I guess, if you will. Here is the DC Collectibles Tim Drake Robin. I mean, again, I did like this. It was nice to see Robin, you know, imagined for the video game. But you can see in the arms that, of course, the gauntlets are different, but instead of having it open sleeves or open like a short sleeve shirt type thing, he now has a black undershirt. The fingerless green gloves are gone. Now he has black gloves with more of a green gauntlet. Instead of the silver shin guards, he now has green shin guards, which more look like boots, which he has more of like a black boot with the green shin guards, but it's more Robin-esque. The belt is different. Again, this is a little tiny Mattel figure, but if I can pull up the costume design work from the image, the tactile like mesh looking red part of the costume is now more armored. So I'm glad that Batman gets kind of like an armored suit, but more glad that Robin gets more of a armored suit as well with what's going on. So I wonder if that'll play into the video game at all. I'm really hoping we get a Robin challenge map, and really hope we get free roam with a lot of the characters in the video game. Something I did want to point out is the length of the cape. Depending on how it was animated or drawn or whatever, the cape on the Arkham City Robin I think was a little too short. At least as far as this figure goes, the cape is a lot longer, and it does have its own unique shape like Batman's would. So I'll be curious to see how the cape actually looks in actual game footage, if it has this little mooned ridge, or if that's just something that they decided to do, Mattel did on their own. Because I believe one of the other Robins that I have had something very similar in the you know, little 3 3/4 line, but that was just something else I wanted to so now that we have some dead air time there, we'll take a better look at Mattel's Robin. So his head is on a ball joint. Actually, not a ball joint. It's more left and right. He's not going to have no up and down motion. If there's any, it's just because of the peg that it's on. Much like Red Hood, the hood does not get in the way, so I like how they have that articulated as well. Arms are like a pin and socket, so they go up almost full 90 degrees, a little stiff, so go up and down. There we go. Does rotate all the way around. Cape's not getting in the way since it's cloth. He has a single bend at the elbow, swivel at the wrist, swivel at the waist, has T-jointed legs. They do go forward and back, single bend at the knee. And that is it for Robin's articulation. Should have come with a bow staff. I do have a Young Justice Black Canary that she did come with a bow staff, so maybe I will put the bow staff in his hand. They could have easily done one for Tim, or even have done the bullet shield. I thought that would have been cool to give Robin the bullet shield, but alas, they did not. So let me reposition the camera, and I'll bring up the figures so far from this way. So here are the Arkham Knight figures that I have. Of course, we have Batman, Robin, and Red Hood. These will be the only ones that I'll be picking up unless there happens to be a Nightwing. I don't know if I'll pick up any more. I want to say that I won't. I think there's going to be a Black Mask coming out, so I might get Black Mask, being that I'm a Black Mask fan. Again, I think these should have been 6-inch action figures. I think this is a really kind of a cheaper way for Mattel to go, and they do feel a little cheap. So I know these aren't for everybody. but I am a big Arkham, a Batman Arkham fan, Asylum City, Origins, and now Arkham Knight. So once I saw there was going to be a Robin in the series, that's what made me want to pick up these other two, just so I could have like a Bat family from Mattel. Regardless what you may think about it, I do like them for what they are. It's kind of sad that this is where Mattel is going with their action figures, but at the same time, I do enjoy them. So again, they might not be for everybody, but maybe they're for you. So today we'll be taking a look at the DC Comics Multiverse, the Batman Arkham Knight line, and most importantly, we've been taking a look at Arkham Knight Robin. There has not been an official announcement from Rocksteady that he's in the game, but with them making action figures, that I don't know how much more official you can get other than that. So, as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe signing off, saying we will see you guys next time.